Reaching far across the great divide, shadows darkly dancing over pieces of my heart. Leaving you again, I'm spreading ashes from the fire, carried on the winds of heaven through the distant night. We've lost our heart and minds, had it all. Take me back to find where we went wrong. I reach between our worlds to find you there. Falling stars, I reach for you there. We've lost our heart and minds. Take me back to find where we
Last time on Catchin' Rays. We had set sail from the Seines and would experience another really good sailing day to
Spectacular Dominica.
But our time in Dominica was filmed months before Tropical Storm Erica, and we wish we had done a little more exploring of this island, as it was sad to see some of the devastation from that storm. But all we did during the 2 days here was have Aaron's birthday dinner at the Purple Turtle restaurant and did laundry on the boat before moving on. Living the dream, huh? It's laundry day. So after 2 days, we left. And Martinique was our next destination.
We went that way. Oh, there we go.
Where?
It's right there.
And the sail over had to be one of the most peaceful days we'd ever experienced. There's a baby one. You better hurry, Aaron. No, it's right in front of you. And look how clear the water is for them. And as we neared the south end of the island, we saw this huge pod of dolphins directly in our path. So it gave us time to have our cameras ready. And quite a few of them couldn't resist but to swim along, at least for a little while. But once we peeked out from behind the lee of the island, the east wind completely filled our sails and quickly moved us to our anchorage in St. Pierre, Martinique. Sometimes, you just have one of those days that makes you remember why you did all of this in the first place. This was one of them. And we set the anchor here, right offshore in St. Pierre, where we spent a few days just chilling out. But when we were ready to leave and move further south down the coast, we discovered we had laid the chain right on top of an unmarked fishing net. For 2 days, as we swung back and forth, it continually rolled the net around the chain. So by the time we were ready to pull it in, we had over 100 feet of it securely wrapped up. And while Aaron began by cutting the line away from the chain, Brandon's first order of business was to release all the sea life that were captured in it. And these nets are non-discriminate. They trap anything that touches it, and it surprises us that this kind of fishing is allowed to go on. This particular net was over 200 feet long, set in a well-marked and well-used anchorage only a couple hundred feet from the shore. He saved 4 small electric rays and 6 undersized spiny lobsters.
That's good. I'm just lost on where to start with this thing.
And when they were done cutting it away, we retrieved it from the ocean floor and placed it into trash bags and took it to shore. We didn't want anything or anybody else getting caught in it. But as soon as we were free, we made our way down to Fort de France and set the hook in 6 feet of water right next to the wall at Fort St. Louis, where we toured the town for a couple of days and launched the drone for some more views from above. But after a few days, the weather was decent enough to make it over to St. Lucia. With the apparent wind consistently over 24 knots and one reef in the main, we made good time to Rodney Bay. And along the way, we got a little excitement when we were buzzed by a very low-flying airplane that apparently belongs to the Martinique government, as they are known to do surveillance on boats that are entering or leaving their waters. Fort Rodney is located on Pigeon Island, and it's been a strategic location for pirates dating back to the 16th century. But in the late 1700s, British Admiral George Rodney took over the island, expelled the island's inhabitants, and built the fort on the smaller peak closest to the open ocean so he can observe the French naval base on Martinique. Over the next several years, they built barracks, a mess hall, and a lime kiln. But Pigeon Island was actually an island up until 1972, when it was artificially connected to the mainland using dirt excavated from the building of Rodney Bay Marina. This pit is where they stored water for use on the cannons. And this storage area was for gunpowder. And the views were insane. And knowing that we had just sailed this area the day before was incredible. as you get a sense of how big the ocean really is and how small you really are. But the second section of Fort Rodney was built on this second peak, and it gave further protection from attacks from the sea. From the top of the ridge, soldiers could see down both sides of Pigeon Island. And cannons located here could be turned from north to south to cover the St. Lucia Channel and the city of Gras-Islet from attack. But we also wanted to hang out by the Pitons a little before leaving this island. So we picked up and moved down the coast to Pitons Bay and grabbed a mooring. Where Aaron, Justin, and Sylvie climbed the Petite Piton. But that will have to wait until next time.
To have this fence up here so that nobody goes in. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, crap. You can take the rock climber out of the mountains, but you can't take the mountains out of the rock climber. you been doing that?